So, what is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and it's been a minute since I've done a package opening, and I have a couple of packages coming that I do want to take a look at because two of them happen to be products, one happens to be cards, and I know with the current situation of the game, especially here in the TCG, we kind of don't have a lot of things really going right now. Just a lot of testing and awaiting the next Forbidden Limited list. So I figured, why not just go ahead and do a pack opening and then just talk to you guys and let you guys know exactly where I am at with everything. So, I ordered some more stuff. This is from CoreTCG, and of course, because of my information, I had to hide my mailing information. So, it's a big stack of cards. Don't expect any dragoons because dragoons are very very expensive right now, and it is a great card. Don't get me wrong, but it is very very expensive right now. And I did not want to go get any dragoons or pot of extravagances. Um, Although those are the hit money cards for right now. So yeah, I got two stacks of a lot of cards actually, for some physical stuff that I'm building. So, let's just start it off. I hope everything's in order. Looks like everything's in order. Or it might not be. Doesn't look like it. No, it's not in order, which I hate that. And I hope everything I ordered is here. Because it doesn't. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. So everything just moved around because it's like the way they have the shipping is like they put it into these sleeve envelopes and then they stuff the cards into the sleeves and put more sleeves into it. So, three copies of Numeron Call is first up. Then a copy of Numeron Wall, which I wanted to get the Numeron stuff as soon as possible, because I know that this is a deck that I have just profiled, and I really, really, really was excited about this, and I could not wait to get my hands on some of the Numeron cards. Especially considering the fact that this is going to be a deck that's going to be floating around for a while. So I could not I could not miss the chance. I also did pick up some Memories of Hope. uh, this is also just part of the combination because it works with the numerons because they're number monsters. You have this card to help you draw. You just got a lot of really good cards circulating within each other, and I like I said, I just could not pass up the opportunity to really take advantage of getting a lot of these. So that's the numeron setup. To follow with my Melfleet, because I almost called them Fluffle. I picked up three copies of Hop Ear um, Squadron. This is just another beast monster. It's a tuner, and it gets you into some quick synchro plays using its effects. So it was something I had been recommended to take a chance on, and I just decided to say, okay, I'll take the opportunity to look into this and get this as soon as I possibly can. Then next up, following these guys, is three copies of Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentine Sky Slasher. This is, of course, to follow with the um, was it the Grand Maju deck. I really was about to slip on that. No, I wanted to pick these up initially, but they were very very expensive because, of course, Gen Maju Gazette is a very anti-meta style of deck, and because of everything attached to it, I honestly just could not. Um, I had to wait for this, and luckily enough, the wait was not too long. As of course, I was able to pick these up through, um, the Mega Tins, and thank God the Mega Tins had a lot of cards getting reprinted because I was not gonna be able to get a good portion of them. Moving on from that, I picked up three copies of Psychic Wielder. I do have Psychic Tracer. Um, which is the other psychic monster that goes with this. The one that both of them are able to special summon if you control level 3 monsters. So it was something I was looking into in future of Datascape. I'm not gonna physically build Datascape, but I really liked these monsters because of how toolboxy they are. So I decided to pick them up. The only thing was I couldn't find any common, and the ultras happened to be just as much as the common. They're probably a little pricier, but I've just said screw it, get get them while you can, and you don't have to worry about them later. Now, one set of monster that I'm still questioning, was it worth picking her up, even though her reprint was coming, and a very particular spell card. That is the one copy of Magicalized Fusion, and then 3 copies of Witchcraft Golem Aruru. And this is primarily for various spell caster types of decks. One of my favorites being the Fortune Lady because of its interaction with Golem Aruru. The Magicalized Fusion I got just as a pickup card. This is also in addition to Dark Magician and the Red Eyes Fusions, just getting myself ready for when I do get the chance to drop the money to purchase a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Then I'll have at least the cards to form around summoning that monster. I love Golden Maruru. I think she has an amazing artwork. I think the Witchcrafts are still an amazing deck. And I know a lot of these are going to get popularized when we get the Genesis Impact here in the TCG. So I at least wanted to pick those up. I want to move on from this and then go on to Dinos with this next one. And that is in the forms of the Painful Decision, a copy of Lost World, a copy of Missilesaurus, one Soul Eating Oviraptor, and one Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Or is it Super Ultimate? No, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This is pretty much just to wield out the rest of the dinosaur cards that I didn't get from the structure deck. Now, the structure deck in the middle of the middle of May, early June, were available, and then pieces of it were floating around. And I figured get the bulk that you need, and then pick up your little. And that's kind of where I was reaching with this. And especially considering that Dinosaur is still doing relatively well, and how aggressive it can be both for offense and defense. I had to pick up the rest of the pieces in case those pieces did go up. And I don't see any reprints of a lot of these cards coming anytime soon. So I am glad that I got what I needed from it. Now moving on from there, we got a couple of extra deck monsters. One Hyper Psychic Riser, one Dragonity Knight Ramulus, one Infinity Track Fortress Megalops, and one Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. Now I know, well, for those who may not know, I picked up the Ramulus, even though the structure deck is going to come out probably next year. I wanted to get to my Dragonity Ramulus as soon as possible. This is also in combination with Harpies and a variation of Harpies that I do want to build that does take advantage of Dragon support, especially when it comes to Dragonities, because there's a really good combination between the Harpies and Dragonities, and you do see that a lot with a lot of the current builds, taking advantage of both being a winged beast and a winged beast and a dragon, and Ramulus helps out with that. The Hyper Psychic Riser, that's just to go with the Wheeler and the Tracker. Infinity Track, I know there's a combo with this card, and I figured pick this up for later on in case I do need the combo setup. And I did not want to leave out another extra deck monster that was very, very cheap. Speaking of extra deck monsters being very cheap, there's Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix, which is part of the last bit of cards that I'm going to be getting for the Salamangreat. The only cards that I don't have are the Signet Minings, because I want to go back to Salamangreat in the future, and I know Salamangreat still has a very good track record, a weird track record, but a very good one. And I figured at that point, just pick up the little bit of the pieces from that deck as well that I wouldn't probably get until later, and it'd probably be a little higher. I do think I need another Salamander Great Pyro Phoenix if it's being used. If not, I'll just find some build that at least incorporates. I'll just make a build that incorporates the Phoenix into the play. It's just also got to figure out how I'm gonna deal with not having the silent minings, but it is at that point it is what it is. All right, and now for the last of the cards that I did pick up. Very strange combination of cards to pick up. I picked up 2 copies of Symbols of Heritage and a copy of Electro Whip. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I have been doing card trivias for the Harpie archetype. And I'm almost done. I'm actually caught up to Sisters of the Rose, Link's Range Track 2, and then, of course, Harpie, Cyber/Harpie Lady, who in just a few days, I believe, will be getting her release. Or I think in a week, she'll be getting her release. And um, the thing about Electro Whip, which I don't think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players might notice, Electro Whip in the main game is an equip spell for Thunder type monsters. It raises their attack and defense by 300. Well, I have some bit of info. Probably you'll drop this info as well when I do the anime exclusive cards for the Harpies. Electro Whip is actually here in place of Rose Whip. But because of the naughty nature of BDSM, Electro Whip had to have all of its text changed. I don't know if this card was part of the original Bandai set. I have to look into it again. But Electro Whip in certain video games came with the text that said, only equipped to a specific female monster increases their attack and defense greatly. And that was just an additional 500 attack and defense to those monsters that are female. Kind of hints to its control and domination, masochism situation that BDSM is. Also, to the fact that this is the physical replacement for Rose Whip, which is a card that still has not been printed due to its BDSM nature. Which we all know Rose Whip is an equipped spell for Harpie Lady and increases her attack by 300. It's just a basic equipped spell. The reason why I did pick it up is because I wanted to incorporate it into the collection for the Harpies, because this card was used in the manga as an equipped spell for Harpies. It was in place of Rose Whip. And in the artworks of Cyber Harpie and Harpie Lady Sisters, are cards that feature Cyber Harpie and Harpie Lady Sisters, you will see this card's image. It's supposed to be Rose Whip itself, but because the card was never printed, it just became Electro Whip. So yeah, and then I picked up the 2 additional symbols of heritage to go with the 1 symbol of heritage that I do own, so that way I have a place set. I don't think the card itself is ever going to be removed off the TCG or OCG Forbidden Limited list, but it's a really good card for Harpies because of the fact that it's a special summon of a monster from your graveyard if there are monsters in the graveyard that share the same name as it. And because all the Harpie ladies have an effect of treating themselves as Harpie Lady while on the field or the grave, it's one of those one-off combo cards if you decide to want to play it. But I at least wanted to pick up some additionals just to have the additionals on hand. So that pretty much just rounds it off. In terms of everything else, really, not much is going on till we get a confirmation of the Forbidden Limited list, and then you guys will see me post my response to the TCG's Forbidden Limited list. So, that pretty much just wraps it up, guys. And I do want to just say thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys do enjoy the pack opening videos. When the next product does come, I will be doing videos for those as well. I just need to get the tracking numbers for those. And hopefully they come within the next 2 weeks. And then I'll be taking a focus to whatever new stuff comes out, because I think at that point we'll now be focusing on the TCG's release of Phantom Rage. So, very excited about that. Now, I just want to end the video here. I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you guys can be informed of when I do upload more content. And also hit me up on the social media, where the social media links are in the description below. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.